Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And if you're on this video right now, you're looking for a way to make $500 to $1,000 per day with Vechain, regardless of whether or not the price goes up. Now, if you're a Vechain enthusiast like I am, no way, shape, or form do I not believe that Vechain is not going to, $10 at some point in time going to the moon, which is 100% what I do, and I'm holding the bag on that. So let me preface it with this saying, and let me say this very clearly. I have two different accounts. One, I have a long-term account where I've moved my money when we were going through that big dip, and then I reinvested at 0.06, as far as letting that grow and compounding grow over time. This right here, and I've received the double already, right? But for this account that I'm speaking about, where I make between $500 to $1,000 per day, per trade when I'm doing this, this is with a short-term account. So naturally, I'm on the 5-minute view. So if you're not really looking to do anything on a day or 4 hour or an hour, 5 minutes, okay? Because that's the time frame I'm going to look at. Now, if you're looking at my chart right now and it looks like a 3-year-old drew on it, this means something to me, and anyone who knows how to trade has their own methodology. I highly encourage you to only look at one or two people and follow them, because if you try to follow so many different people, you're going to get confused, because you kind of do a little piece of what one person does and a little piece of what another person does, and if it doesn't correlate, you're just going to confuse yourself. That said, I use, first of all, we have the resistance and support zones, which I draw a line for that. So that's what you're seeing right here. Okay. Then we have the stochastic indicator. This is a bounded indicator that goes from 0 to 100. And I use that right here. And I draw a line at that 50-yard line. Okay. So if you're like football, this is the 50-yard line. Okay. And, for the MACD, which is a momentum indicator, I draw a line between right here. And I put 0, or as close to 0 as I possibly can. Now, this is all for a reason, so definitely pay attention. And if you're getting value from this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another update or video like this one. That being said, now consider your thesis as far as trading as a court case, okay? And as a court case, you don't want to woo the jury with one proven fact. You want to have multiple pieces of evidence that gives you enough information to sway the jury. And in this case, you're the jury, and to sway yourself to making the decision to enter this trade, this is what you have to do, and this is what I do. Okay, so I draw my support, my resistance and support zone. Okay, this is also what I like to call the demand zone. Okay, because this is when you're going to have a lot of buying entry. All right. So what I look for are 3 pieces of unequivocal evidence that this price is going to go on the upside. All right. So here are the 3 things. 1, I look for the price to go as close to the demand zone as possible, aka support. I also look for the stochastic indicator to go through a cycle low. Right. So what the stochastic indicator does, it goes cycle high. It goes to cycle low. As you can see, it follows the price, right? So low, high, low, right? Not all the time is it like perfect, but this is another indication. And you got to keep watching it as it sways. And as long as it goes above, the 50-yard line and then comes back down, it doesn't always have to come down. That's your cycle. Okay, so I'm looking for 1, to be as close to the demand zone as possible. 2, to be below the 50-yard line, and ideally as close to 0, but it doesn't always work like that. And then the last and final thing is I want to see that this the momentum is rising above 0. Okay, and if I see all those things happening at once, okay, and this is an art, not a science. Like sometimes you're gonna be close, but you're not gonna be exactly there. That is where my entry point is going to be. Okay, and my target is a 5-to-1 ratio. Okay, so I draw my 5-to-1 ratio right here as far as my targets. So you can see if this drops below 1%, I'm out, and if it goes to this 5%, I'm out as well as far as taking my profits. Okay, so what I did was I entered right. See here, and it comes back down to the cycle low, but it still hasn't risen above. And then right at this point and at that point, see, it's a little bit below the 50-yard line right here. And once it starts coming back up, that's when I made my entry point, because we're about as close to the demand zone as we're going to get, because you could see that it's getting some traction with price, and it's not going to come back down here, but it did drop below this 50-yard line, so I'm okay, and that's when I made my entry. And as you can see, it climbs and climbs and climbs. It took about three, let's say, it started here, and right here, it's about there. So it took more than a couple of hours, but within that point, I was able to make my $500 off of the $10,000 I invested. I made $500 on this quick pop, 5% pop, which is absolutely crazy. And I do this time and time again, and I wait and I wait, and I'm patient, right? You won't always find this move every few hours, but you will find a play for you to make. And when you do make this play, then you do it again and again and again. So right here would be another indication of when I would do it, right? It drops a little bit below, like I didn't get in here, right? But I would get in right there, like right around here. See, once it gets right there, see it's above, then you want to come in right around here. So this is where you would probably make your entry point, somewhere around here. It's like, again, it doesn't always happen like the other one, so it's more of an art than a science, but you get the general gist of those things happening, and then you immediately make your entry, you set your target, and you exit, right? And that's what you keep doing over and over and over again so that you can receive your profits. And I promise you guys, this is a very, very strategic method, and it doesn't take a lot of time. You just have to know your entry points and know your exit points and wait for the right combination of things to happen, which is to be as very close as possible to the demand zone, aka support. It's got to be below the 50-yard line, and then and then right here it's got to rise above the MACD as far as zero. It's got to be crossing above, so you get that momentum there. And if you do those things, it's going to be a really fun ride, because you're going to, one, on the left side, be making money daily with your cryptocurrency. Like, it doesn't just have to be VET. Like, you can use this for VET. If that's not making any play for you right now, you can have a number of different cryptocurrencies on your watch list, and when they do meet your criteria, you can enter and exit that trade. And I'll show you how I do that on other cryptocurrencies in another video. But that's it for now. Make sure that you do your research. This is a very exciting time that we're in. And I can't wait to see next year, 1 year from now, if everybody made their right plays, how much more richer everyone's going to be in this new cryptocurrency movement. Well, that's it for this video. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss another video like this. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.